And there was 5 in the paper.
Oh, I think that'd be great.
A couple of them looked kind of interesting.
We're still dealing with that one from.
Yeah, well, she's back down low, you know.
Yep.
You have to live within the house.
Because that property's in for variance.
She's the
I
mother-
went and looked at
She got praised the state.
that when we.
Well, we had one that came in years ago.
For a couple of years now.
She is.
No screw bottom.
Yeah.
I just don't remember what lake it was on.
Yeah, nothing on that part.
Oh, that's from.
I said, oh, this is awesome. She's one of my favorite people to work with.
Signs there.
Anything coming from you?
Really there
Next week?
because it's in the middle of a field somewhere.
I keep my mouth shut, my head down during the show. I want to see your budget.
There, to the north.
Probably go pick the door.
I was making my rounds of my people, our native
Just out in the middle of nowhere. Well,
trying to get into
Christine-
the PC office.
This is
We'll
not.
tell you, we're gonna.
So that's what he's going for.
A bunch of signs right there.
Money's a violation.
Yeah, those are all.
Also this year, but everything.
Tina's been keeping up on it.
I mean,
Trying to help, I'm trying to be part of the solution, not part of the problem.
So I need to digest the DLGF bill that happened, that did all the changes to all, everything that happened in Escondido. They changed the, if they could just tell us what we're gonna get, it would be very helpful.
That's on a need to know basis apparently.
Yeah, the council needed that.
I don't know, I'm not in the loop on that at all, I never knew.
And who wants the other sign?
Oh, out by, thing out by 69.
Oh, right there at the toll road.
Yeah.
I said it started it before I went over and started it. House up there.
I think he's trying to do that.
Don't put it up there.
Okay, what's it, 75?
I see how bald I am.
The first one is back when.
Why would you not put it up?
You know,
Yeah, we always look at ourselves.
you can see from the toll road or something, he wanted to be seen.
You're recording now?
Up and down
Yeah, I'm
60.
recording.
On the sand. 1 minute till?
1 minute till?
Did you
I
just?
said I
said I did.
recorded.
Then ready to chip on it.
No. You're loud, Karen. I don't know. I feel like that would make me.
Steuben County Plan Commission meeting shall come to order March 4th of. Steuben County Plan Commission meeting, March 4th, 2025 shall come to order. Can we have roll call, please?
Sure, Austin Boudreau. Present. Andy
Oh,
Wafflet. Here. Oh. Jake Bryant. Jake Cox. Here. I skipped you. I got the Jake confused. My bad. Colt Ridenhour. Here. Christina Kress.
I'm here.
Jim Slayball. Here. Andy, oh no, already got you. Karen DeForest.
Here.
You have a quorum.
Thank you. All right, you want to go through
Oh,
the
no, it's gonna take a minute off.
procedures?
Yeah, please turn your cell phones off or to vibrate. Please keep conversation to a minimum and when necessary, as quiet as possible. Meetings are recorded. Information concerning the agenda and applications are available on the table near the entrance. Restrooms are located at the north and south ends of the hallway. Exit is located in the north end of the community center. Please sign in and include mailing address. Staff presents an app, well, there's no application. Please speak only with the podium, state your name and address, speak only to the chair, be brief and be mindful there's a speaking time. All we have, how are we going to go through this? All we really have on the docket is the executive session from the 12th, where a consensus was reached, I believe, and now we require a vote, if I'm not mistaken, right, Don? Correct.
So I will need a motion, or do I just need to go for the vote?
You need a motion.
Okay.
I'll, move to
Okay.
take a vote on the, process.
I will second that.
First, second, yep.
Oh,
And let's do roll call. So,
Jay Cox,
Yes.
Austin Boudreaux,
Hold on, I'm sorry. What are,
I was gonna say, it's
for
for the motion
executive
has.
session.
just to approve the start of it? That we're starting the session?
No, that what we decided for Don to
You
go
didn't
with.
decide it.
Well,
okay.
we. Okay,
Need
I
a
see.
motion to approve paying 50% of up to $10,000 for the appeal.
Okay, that, I was completely on the wrong page.
What we basically
Yes.
decided the executive.
We did not decide.
We
We
didn't
came
decide,
to
but we have a
consensus.
formula. I sense that's based upon your conversation that you would vote in favorably for it.
We're
Is
voting
it
on
still to
whether-
me or are we starting over?
Austin Boudreaux,
Yes.
Andy Laughlin,
Yes.
Colt Ridenhour,
Yes.
Christina Kress,
Yes,
Jim Slayball,
yes.
and Karen DeForest.
Yes. The report. The reports of the committees. Austin, do you want to tell us about the city?
There was no meeting, but when I got notified that the meeting was canceled, I confirmed with Rita, or just asked about the ETJ status, and she responded that, yes, I've spoken with Clinton, let him know the version we're going to go with, just waiting on a few formalities, quote unquote. And so we're waiting on a few formalities before we actually see a copy. It narrowed it down to about a one page, it sounds like.
Yes, I got a call from Rita today. It's one page. There were a couple minor language issues. I just want to flip some language. We should have it. I think she was in Austin's texted me. She texted me a while ago when she talked to Rita. I think she's under the impression she already gave me a copy. But I don't think I've seen it yet. Unless it came through the email and they get kicked out sometimes, quarantined or
Right.
not. So if that's on me, I apologize for not looking at my spammed email folder, but I didn't see it. But talking to her today, she's like, it's done. I'll get it to you. So.
They sent out some, an email on an Angle PC side, and there was nothing to do with the ETJ, so I don't think I've seen anything either internally.
so from what our attorney drafted for an interlocal agreement, that's what we're talking about, is now down to one page.
Yes. I don't know how, but yeah.
It's not that we're just accepting, it's that it's just coming back to
You
us.
just have to look, you'll vote on it again. I don't have any discretion to do anything. I'll have to bring it back before you. And, yeah, you can do with it whatever you want with it.
It was 8 pages, what we proposed.
Wow.
No idea what they're, not one page was the signatures.
Oh, just an MOU or something? Yeah. Probably just a memo of understanding or something.
Yeah, that's what it would be.
It has to be.
Yeah.
Then you can accept or deny that.
We'll send it to Don, obviously, so he gets it, or we can see it.
And I know Brandon is no longer with HPQ, but they were part of working with that. So do we want to run that by them too? And
I'll
have
send it out to
Don
both of
and
them.
them?
Yeah, because there's another attorney working for Ben Bailey, replaced Brandon, so. Can't hurt, the more eyes that look at it, the better.
Right. Any other questions for that? The drainage board. Jim?
Just a lot of good things happening. We're gonna have a joint drainage board tomorrow with the CAL. Going through some of that and just working with the city Parks Department and working with them as far as doing some good stuff at Center Lake. Other than that, the crews are up and going. The spring thaw hasn't been too hard and there's at least 3 crews out there working on drainage already. So spring's here. It's a good
That's
thing.
great.
So,
That's great. Okay, plat committee. I know we haven't had anything.
We don't have any minor subdivisions coming up, but we do have an amendment that can go in front of the plat committee that I'll probably be bugging you guys about.
Okay. And then,
I have a question on the plat
Yes.
committee before we go on. Did the plat committee stay the same even though the board changed?
Yes.
yes,
Because the plat committee was established before the change of the board, so we ran it by Don.
Okay.
Because it seemed odd to me, because like Karen's like, what am I supposed to do? And I was like, I'll call Don. I never been through that before.
Do we, as the planning commission, make that appointment every year to who's on the plat committee?
Chairman of the plan commission does this.
Oh, just the chairman does.
Yeah.
It's not an approval by the board.
That's what the bylaw says, it's just the chairman.
Okay.
It can change, I suppose, if you guys want it to, because it's your bylaw. I mean, it's not state law or anything as far as I know.
Mine is just, this has been a learning process and I'm just trying to make sure that I understand the correct procedure for things.
As of right now, I'm going 100% off of our rules and procedures law. That's illegal, not done properly.
Well,
By Don's fault.
I understand.
Well, I too thought that, you had to be on the plan commission to be on the plan committee, but my understanding is Bill served on the, am I right in saying that?
One member of the plat committee has to be from the plan. The other two could be public or other people from the plan commission.
And
Thank
they
you
come
for that,
from the
Bill.
appointment of the, okay, I'm sorry, appointments has been a thing that we've been talking about. So I'm just trying to understand on all levels what that means and how that works.
Nice.
Thank you.
the Board of Zoning Appeals, we have a meeting on Monday at 7 PM here. There are 2 of them that were on there before, and then they're going to be coming back, and then there are just a couple one-dimensional standard variances, and then one is for a sign height. So.
Just out there.
Any questions? Unfinished business, floodplain and stormwater ordinance drafts.
No change on the stormwater, it's still there. Like we said last month, it looks good. I don't know what else we need to do with it. So we can bring that back in front of you at any time. Floodplain ordinance, there has been a new draft done by Ben Bailey, the new attorney, with, it's not HBG anymore, 720 something. The consultant.
Yeah.
Whatever the name is. He has it updated. He said, send it to the state first. If they approve it, come back to the board. Because if I send it to the board first, you guys make changes. We send it to the state. We've been down that road a couple times. So we'll go to the state. If state approves it, then you guys can take another crack at it and see if you like what he wrote or want to make some changes to it.
How do you like it? Yes, I mean,
So far, it's the same. I think all we were really doing from the conversation, the main points were he was gonna ask for some slack with us looking at docks and seawalls. He was gonna give them their definitions back because when he looked at it, the definitions from our general ordinance, like in chapter 24, already match what was in chapter 15. It's supposed to be in chapter 15 anyway. So he says, can I just put them in there? I was like, I don't care both places. It makes no difference to us. So those were some of the major sticking points that we're gonna do. There's one other big, I can't remember what it was.
There was an enforcement thing, just how it was worded, I remember. He wanted to have us look at that before we sent it over, and then it was mainly the conventions. And I'm trying to just add back in to make them happy.
So with any luck, it should look only slightly different than the last time you saw it, and it should be approved by the state. I'm not holding my breath, but with any luck, that's where we could be on that.
okay. Anybody else have any questions about those? Okay, ordinance updates.
And it's a couple tabs over too. There's a little.
So we were supplied.
I don't know what to do.
Couple tabs over.
It's like this.
Oh, on the actual PowerPoint.
It's in on the power. I'm sorry, you're good. I was working with Jason on the environmental nuisance ordinance. I sent it to you guys a little while ago, but I just wanted to give you some up to date on it. Jason is no longer with the health department, so I won't be working with him on this anymore. And he was a big push behind it because it's a lot of health department language in that ordinance. But I do have all the notes that we had from the state statute changes because a lot of our environmental nuisance ordinance references our old zoning ordinance and also a lot of different state statute that has been repealed or just no longer relevant. So that's still in the process, but I wanted to give some sort of an update on that. Electronic day ordinance, Christina's really been pushing. And we think it's a good idea for code enforcement to not just do tire days or dumpster days, but like a solely electronic day for basically dumpsters, but for collecting specifically electronics. I talked with the auditor's office and they want some sort of resolution or ordinance. So Christina's worked with not worked with the neighboring county, the other counties, but looked up a couple of different ordinances that are relevant to that. We're going to work together to try to get that together by, I think, spring, April or May is the first dumpster electronic day she's trying.
So we have a specific ordinance just for electronics.
This is the first time, because we've done tire day and dumpster days for years and never had.
Yep. Then I asked, because we talked about potentially just taking donations and not taking any sort of like actual money, just, hey, pay what you can pay and we'll just chip it in. And we would still need some sort of ordinance or resolution or something for that. So I said, well, we'll come up with what we want to do, like how we want to charge it or structure it, and then we can bring that from the commissioners up. The last three, you guys actually have packets for it. Political signs, with it being election year, we got a flyer that we kind of came up with based on state statute. And a couple of other reference points. I think, yeah, they show our sources. There's like a Zionsville sign ordinance, and then two sections of Indiana code that we referenced. But that was just something we wanted to bring to discussion, being like election year. And then the other two, gaming resort, because the discussion locally has been going with the casino, our ordinance doesn't have anything in any district labeling the use. So it's something just we brought for discussion. We've got a chapter 7 on the districts that we thought that it would be most relevant in. With general business, we have it listed as a permitted use, but then A, B, and LB, we have it as a special exception. Based on the district's definition, we thought that was the best classification for each of the districts. And then we also, I don't have it listed here, but for the industrial districts, we have them as a permitted use.
Is that what they were back when they were,
I'm not exactly.
before we redid it?
We don't have the old table, we have the old language.
Yeah.
Oh, so you don't.
And that's kind of part of our problem. We were talking about coming up with some language. But to be quite honest with you, if it happens and I have no inside information, I'm just going off the assumption that it's gonna happen. That's kind of my job, is to plan for it. If it happens, we're probably gonna get one bite at this apple. And if we go monkeying with some language we don't know about, we may, pull the rug out from under ourselves real quick. So we are gonna look up more language. We might have stuff for you in the future. This was a jumping off point for us to think, okay, if we were gonna permit them anywhere and we get one bite at the apple, where would it be? And GB by definition fit. And then just because I'm old, industrial is more restrictive than GB with the stuff. So I was like, it should go in there as well, or less restrictive. So it should be able to go above it too, but not below it. So that's just my personal feelings on how zoning works.
Well, I mean, obviously, there's gonna be a referendum on
Right,
this, so
right.
we have to prepare for that.
Right.
If the people choose to pass a referendum, then we have to
Makes sense.
it's our job to find a place to put it.
Would we actually be the one to find the place to put it though?
No, we're just
Being ready to know
Where-
when somebody
Yeah.
says this is
Yes.
where we want it,
yes,
we can respond accordingly.
yes,
We
yes.
can say, here's your zoning, it's okay, or here's your zoning, here's what you actually need. So it gives us something that's jumping off.
Guidepost.
I don't even know what that's gonna look like. If the referendum goes through, is it like a private businessman that's gonna approach me? Is it somebody from the state? Is it, what is gonna go happen?
Well, there's proposals, there'll be packets, it's all in a bill, how
So there's
it
like
works,
companies
just read
out
the bill, it tells you exactly how all the process works.
Fun
reading. Well, yeah.
Yeah.
It's a House Bill 1038, House Bill 1038. Yeah, Don, do your homework on that one.
I see him over there making notes,
Yeah.
so.
So,
Do we have I know you guys have a map, is a map of the county with those districts, is that on GIS?
Yeah.
Can you itemize that?
If you just click on the zoning,
Almost all the way at the bottom. I don't know. External, is that the same?
On the left side.
Yeah, it's on the left side of the bottom in ours.
Yeah.
So it's GB or above.
Right, so GB or some kind of industrial, with the other Bs being the special exception.
yeah, with the signage, I know our old ordinance is out of date. And this is, it's definitely something we want to have done before, obviously, when the cat's out of the bag on the May primaries, but for November, we probably definitely want to have it.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because it's, I just, you don't know, I mean, obviously I'm a politician as well and have signs, but it's sad when you see them in all the signs out early in the year and then they end up in the ditches and the lakes and all that stuff, so it's not something we want to see.
So 60 days before the election is basically when it's open season for those?
Yep.
The good thing is we put this in flyer form, so we can hand it out and inform people, so that might help, but there's no, again, word of the week, there's no teeth in it right now. They're
Right.
Now, I thought too,
Right.
the wording in this says, I thought that the signs had to be removed at a certain time at the day of the election, but am I reading this right?
That was the old,
Yeah, they've updated, it used to be 10 days, I think.
Now it's within 6 days at the end of the election, okay, which is fine.
I don't know why you wouldn't want to get them. They're not cheap.
Right.
Right.
No, they're
retrieve
not.
Well, if you lose, you're a little depressed for a few days.
that is true. And trust me, you get tired of railing signs for 30 days, so.
That is, that's hard, right? Those chasing signs.
Mhm.
So that's why I
The
don't.
only
want
thing I don't like about the way this enforcement is suspended beginning 60 days before an election. So is that election day or is that election?
Early voting.
We've had that come up before too,
Yeah,
that
so
same
we-
question.
So we want to say election day or do we want to say,
We can say election day,
Before official election.
because early voting starts, what, 30 days before?
Yeah, so then that would
So
stretch
it'd be
it.
90 days.
Basically, yeah.
Mhm.
So
I think you need added
election
election
day,
day.
yeah.
I like it. We assume we know what it says, but if we don't put that word.
No, you
day
have to
there,
do election
yeah.
day, yeah. Or you can reverse it and say 30 days before election and then that, so you can, guess what's the better verbiage?
Yeah. I mean, all the signs you're seeing in different areas regarding solar fields and the data centers and
Yeah.
everything else. I mean, there's a lot going on in this space.
Oh,
I think
yeah.
it's a good thought, Clint,
Yeah.
get out in front of, I mean, a lot more than just our normal
Yeah.
people running for office.
But I don't know, do those count down as, for those are only
Those
count?
be political or?
No,
They are political, they're not election related, so, I mean, you have a tough shot at,
right,
advocacy speech is pretty much protected. So,
Okay, that's what I wasn't, and I appreciate it.
location, you can't have them in the right.
Exactly, that's what I tell my people, if you gotta read it to pull it, you can't pull it. If it's in the right of way or tagged to a post, yank that baby down, because it's not where it's supposed to be. That's the real quick and easy way to determine if a sign's legal or not.
so what do we think we change it to 60 days before, or I like 60 days before election day, but it lets you know there's a hard day.
Mhm. I like the day.
Agreed.
Oh, made that happen real quick.
There you go.
Do you need a motion for that?
Flyers.
So you can bring back, well, you can bring back.
Bring it back in ordinance format.
We'll just do it next month. You want to talk about the impervious surface?
Yeah, and that's the last thing I have. We've talked about this a handful of times. We've gotten, what I did just as a basic starting point, it just scaled everything back that we had existing in residential. I know there's been discussions about, we've talked about regulated flat work, the 8 inches and below. We've also talked about like calculating like, what do we talk, the number of frontage or something?
Yes,
Um,
yeah.
So there's different ways we can go. This is just kind of just an easy scale back for now, just to kind of open discussion, kind of take.
And in addition to, if we're gonna start possibly permitting flat work, we're probably gonna start with taking out the flat work exemption and just see if hell freezes over or, I mean, that's kind of that's that jumping off what we've always kind of been afraid to do.
Yeah.
So we got new numbers, maybe pull the exemption, require permits, and then enforce it as best we can. It's gonna be hard to catch a lot of times, flat order concrete over a weekend, but we'll get it.
Exactly, that's what I was
It's-
always worried about.
But you're gonna have people on people's driveways. There's no doubt about it.
So how do we fund that? We don't have.
Just like we do now. I mean, there'd be the thing where.
Or do they have to do it? They have to do it.
We are in the process right now, and it hasn't been secretive other than it's been behind the scenes. We might finally have an avenue for collecting fines. Through a simple process of a collections agency that's been made potentially available to us. We're not quite there yet, but maybe. And if it happens, it's kind of a big deal as far as I'm concerned. And that would be what we would use. We could go from making 20 visits to a place and sending 50 letters to basically making a visit or two, double check and sending a letter to, check it one more time to see if it was done. And then I've way oversimplified it. Then boom, we don't talk to you anymore. You're getting collected, and then we'll go from there. So, and I don't know the ins and outs. If somebody has the money and wants to pay the fine and keep their driveway, I have no idea how any of that works yet. That's something we'll address when we get this stuff up and running.
For bigger fines, there've been a couple times over the years where, the fine is judgment, so lien on the property. We've done a judgment foreclosure and they tend to get paid real quick.
Yes.
You're talking about where people expanded the driveway area beyond what the percentage of impermeable surface.
Here's what we have, and you're kind of new, so this will be fun for everybody to rehash. We have an exemption in our ordinance that we don't regulate flat work. So what a lot of people do is they build their really big house, 35% lot coverage, put in stuff that comes to like 49%. And then after we final it out, since we've exempted flat work, they come pour their driveway, they come pour their patio. So what they're at now is like 60% impervious coverage.
Okay.
Well, we've never had any kind of teeth or even any way to violate anybody for that, except when they come back in to pull that permit for a shed or a barn, we can see you're already over, deny them that, making their variance. But what's never happened on the back end of that is we've never had any way to make them get rid of that extra 10% that's already there that we know about, even though we've denied them a permit for something else they want because they're over. So in one way, yeah, there's a penalty for it, but in other ways, they get to keep it. And I don't really care. I'm not being sour grapes about it. My concern is like stormwater. And if you look at Lake George is the one, I mean, it looks like there's a water park backlot on a couple of those on that one main drag, and it just pours into the water, through people's lots. And yeah, so that's what we're trying to hopefully do our part to help with.
I live on a lane that I would love
Oh,
you to
yeah, yeah.
I
stop.
would say you.
Yours should be a good example. I remember that.
Yeah, it's just all, it's just straight down. People don't care that they're dumping their water on other people.
And it's not that they were not putting driveways, they would just put a stone driveway in, which costs us 50%. So, and then they go back and concrete over that.
I just
So,
wanted to make sure I was following.
yeah,
I mean, I was thinking about some of the Lake District setback when we were hearing when we approved the gentleman that wanted to take out the easement.
Mhm.
Because personally, when I was in the same situation when I built my home, there was an easement in the subdivision. And so it affects the setback on the side of that lot. So it really compromised. So like in that situation, when we, vacated that easement for the gentleman, and he's able to really build substantially more, which I don't have a problem with that either, but just understanding the setback when there's an easement there, which in my case was basically treated like a roadway. So
It can be. I mean, lake access easements are treated different than like utility easements. You can go up to it. Lake setback, like we are, lake access, like you're probably talking about.
so that changed the game big time for him by
Yep,
getting
absolutely.
that vacated. So
So, I mean, I think this is all steps in the right direction, plus the stuff we've been knocking down as part of this update process, so.
well, certainly minimizing the runoff into the lake is a huge deal for a lot of what, some of the different components that are contributing to, are known issues. So,
It seems like low hanging fruit, I will admit it, being that you're new, but we've had this issue now. We've just never been able to pull the trigger and get the board, like it seems, again, we want to have somewhat of a consensus that when we bring this back, you're at least going to entertain it. Historically, it was crickets, so I'm glad we got something happening. I think everybody's known we've needed it for years. Just nobody's wanted to take that first step. So.
So Charlie, the numbers that you proposed here, are they,
That's just basically scaling everything back just 5%, just for now.
taking a flat 5?
Yeah.
Taking it
Flat
down
five,
5%
down
and
five.
5 for it, as far as, yeah, so because 50 was evidence now, so it's 5. It's like
saw the highlighted.
So what we have currently, page 1, and then just a proposed cut would be page 2. And that's only residential currently, what you're seeing. It could be like Ag, EC, MH, some of those other weird districts too.
They
You ever see issues
residential
with
is
the-
the big one.
As far as on like
Anything
Ag,
aside from residential, and does it ever really?
I mean,
only because there's certain lakes where they didn't rezone. I don't know if they were planning on being developed, so like certain sides of the lake are zoned ag or EC. And then
Like the Lake
they
Arrowhead,
have been
all
developed.
ag.
So
Yeah.
there is a potential, but it's minor. Usually it goes the other way. It seems like they were pretty smart about putting rings around lakes back in the day.
Yeah.
To make everything, like I always bring up Fun Spot, the whole thing's like residential. So like they probably put 1,000-foot buffer or something in some time.
Is that,
But
this
this,
would just be for greenfield stuff?
It'd be anytime you build a house, any kind of impervious surface. So anytime you put in concrete, flat work, anything like that. Well, the house,
So if you didn't, let's say, so if you've got a house currently, and you went to, and we started doing a permit for flat work, would that flat work be subject to these or the old house when it was originally built?
the old, this point, this hasn't been updated yet.
No, I mean, if this does get updated, would that old house be subject to the new rules?
The new rules apply, because the house, we would grandfather, we wouldn't make you anything with the house, we just wouldn't let you put any more impervious surface if you already capped.
which is exactly what we're trying to do to protect the lakes.
So if you had a house, it's 34%, and which is pretty close to 35, and then your building stuff is at like 15% or 12%, they give you 6% to play with, that's kind of a lot. I mean, so you could still do some stuff.
And there's products out there too that you don't necessarily have to concrete. There are,
Nope.
Some stuff like that people can use as well. So I think it gives us, being able to permit that definitely gives us the opportunity to keep eyes on it.
And I love the idea that you're working on teeth.
That's all we've been talking about recently is teeth, and we're trying to get teeth in a couple of different of our ordinances to see what we can do. I mean, the problem is, and I've had a conversation with some commissioners about it lately, the biggest, I think, stepping stone in the hurdle is the private property aspect. We have to go through that process, and it's a good thing. I don't mess with my private property either, but we have to go through that process. I think a lot of times what we call teeth is just trying to speed up some of the process, make sure, everybody gets their day in court, but we're not letting it drag out forever and ever and ever, because what we deal with is a lot seasonally. So what Christina deals with in July, she's not thinking about December. That's all there is to it.
Well, you gotta pay attention in December because that's when they're putting it in.
Oh, yeah, well, I mean, there's that. Well, that's just your normal year-round work without permits. Yeah, it's a totally, in our office, there's basically 4 different seasons like there is in the rest of the world, and they are dramatically different day and night than what we do during those seasons.
And the only thing I don't see is how does this affect the flat work?
That is the flat work. Impervious.
I don't.
Okay. Well, the flat work section's in a different part that we would just take out, so you would never.
So
see
you would
that.
just take it
We
out.
would take it out. Well, we would present it to you, but you take it out, and you guys can decide, but yes.
That'd be additional, it's not in front of us right now.
Yep. Right now, it's just numbers, that it would be, and then you'll probably see them together though when they come back. They'll be separately voted on in separate sections of ordinance, but I think we'll be seen as a package.
I think that would be fabulous if we could do that.
So do it.
And, one more, all right? That's stuff that's not on here.
No,
We wanted to discuss possibly looking at, some of the funneling issues we've had. And, updating, maybe taking a second look at, what's going on there and what we're allowing and, make some possible, look at some other models that, I've seen the other models, like I said, where they've allowed a common area and then a day dock for everybody living back behind, but, would really curtail the actual funneling of.
so the day dock would be that they could bring their boat out, play on the lake, and then bring their boat back in and not leave it there on the shoreline or anything, and just bring it back
Yeah,
over
it's
there.
there for people, like if you have, or they usually have a parking lot there, they can drive down. A lot of them have actually launches on that as well. But you know,
Very
some-
common in Florida. A lot
Yeah,
of those
yeah, it
neighborhoods
is
where they
in
have-
North Carolina and Tennessee and stuff, you know, the links down there. The ones that don't allow, you know, people to actually live on it, they do allow those.
Yeah, versus a condo dock with 50 shore stations out
Right.
there for everybody's, yeah.
Do we have any ideas on verbiage for something like that?
I don't think it'd be that hard, really. You just limit the, common area.
I think, did you send me something?
I might have,
I think we might have some.
yeah.
Does it goes back to, can we do that for, I mean, in that DNR?
Yeah, we can make it straight right now. We can make it.
You can deal with, you can, consistent with your existing ordinance.
Yeah.
What you can't do is say you can't put a pier out
Right,
into the lake or whatever.
right.
Or you can't regulate the length of the pier and that sort of.
But we can regulate the size of the, common area.
Correct.
And so that would make them only allow one pier for that common area.
So would you do that in conjunction with our current verbiage of 50 feet, 20 feet, and every 10 feet after that kind of thing?
I
Or
can check as well, not to cut you guys off. I believe the subdivision control ordinance does have specific standards for common areas too, like minimum requirements and maximum requirements. So we might want to look into that a little bit too, when it comes down to the shared dock space. It could be like part of the subdivision control ordinance.
I mean, yeah, you could, but the reality is only people that would be allowed to be on the lake would be the ones that have lake frontage. So you'd just be under your, what is it, 100 foot now, 75? It's a minimum.
Oh, it's 100 for the law depends on if it has sewer or not, 100 or 20.
100 typically if it's got sewer.
So it would fall under that. So those lots would be like front lots.
No, for the build all.
To create a new lot.
can we do that? We got a pretty big project coming up.
Well,
They have 3,000 foot lake frontage.
Yeah, exactly.
yeah.
Yeah, a lot.
I mean, I don't know if that not why I proposed it. This might not be till, I think to get it right, it'd probably take you till end of the year.
The end of the year.
Yeah, to really look at it and make sure we can do it, but
So if we just tweak what we got, that sounds pretty simple. Since the criteria is already in place. Charlie, can you
I would think, I
just
mean,
tell us what, or not now, but
yeah, I can look in, like I said, I can look into the subdivision control ordinance, what we have, and then we'll pull from chapter 9 and then just go from there.
Yeah.
I mean, it's already existing, so.
I think we'd have to leave the 150/20 to protect us on the back end, though, wouldn't we?
what would it be for though? Because you would not be allowing anybody to, on the backside, to count those as docks. Oh, I guess the only thing I'll say is you had like lakefront condos. Then you'd have to do that.
because the lake lot size is already regulated.
Right. Yeah, you would have to do a verbiage for condos, because
Is it just total size? Does it say how wide it has to be?
As far as,
Lake lot?
you know, so typically it's 100 depending on the zone.
Yeah, if it's LR and it has the waste district, it would be 100 feet of width and a half an acre for a new lot.
Half acre, okay, 100 too.
but you'd have to leave that, 20, whatever it is, for each additional one after that, just for.
Yeah.
For multi-family or whatever you wanna call it.
I think what it would do is put the screws to this whole use double dipping, if nothing else.
All right.
Yeah, I think that would help.
Oil freaking lawsuit.
No, I'm not saying that.
So what do you mean by double dipping?
Like using your frontage for individual docks and then using it for calculation for backlots.
Oh, like what we
Yeah.
looked at.
Yeah, and they're both really.
Okay, I'm sorry, I'm not,
But since you limit,
I want to make sure I understand.
on that, if you limit your common ground, because they were calling it all common ground, you have a limit on your common ground, that's what it is.
Can you put in it that what you own has to touch the water in order to be considered frontage? Because my argument about what we looked at was, he had that all as common ground, so none of those homes touch the front,
That's
so
what I'm talking
none of
That's
them
what
have.
That's what
We
we're
move the common ground.
Then you only have one lot.
Right.
If you limit
I'm
your
sorry.
common ground space, they can only, wherever they want to put it, that's fine, but.
Well, Andy, Jake seemed to know from going to Florida, but for me, it's all theoretical at this point in time. I've never actually seen it in practice.
Yeah.
And also,
Yeah.
don't let it be used as someone else, I mean, as a home
Right.
storage. It can't be both, no matter what.
Right.
Right. And it does seem to appease people that actually live back there. They seem to use it. So I've seen them. I've got a buddy in South Carolina that uses it. That's how he lives, yeah.
Oh my gosh, look at James, how many people drop their boats in and take them out
Exactly.
every day,
You
lined up?
gotta remember, theoretically, everybody in the state of Indiana has right to use.
Utilize it.
Exactly. Public access.
Well, and public way, it's owned by the state of Indiana.
But you're not denying them that access. Give them the access.
Well, but the point though, if you live in that neighborhood and you are gonna be out there, to be able to go to a private association dock to load and unload, have your wife and kids go use the restroom in their residence or whatever, that's still a huge advantage.
Right.
It is.
Versus using the public access, because you're still parking your car at your home, you can take a golf cart down there with all your stuff, so it's still a really good option.
So maybe add that information about the DADOC information, Charlie, when you send it to us. So we can look at all the verbiage and possibly. So maybe we can start
Yeah.
getting it working.
I mean, I definitely think it's something we don't want to fast track. I think we want to make sure that we're gonna be.
And look at all the what
It's one
ifs.
thing that was, it's one of the things we do that I think we challenge heavily, I think, but.
And HPG or what they are now, do they have anybody that could help us? That may know some of that information?
I could ask, but I doubt it.
I think you just do
I didn't
research
know
on-
if,
I
you
mean,
know.
I could find some examples, I think, of how
I
they.
wonder if we go, what's that guy's name from? Came up with Rod that one meeting? Where did he got it?
God,
from Kosciuszko.
Kosciuszko.
Yes, that guy.
Matt?
Matt,
Yeah,
yes.
he's a good dude. We met him a couple times, so yeah, we can, nothing else, pick his brain. Maybe he's got something.
I'm just.
Okay.
All right, any other questions or? No, I think we hashed it good enough. Okay, any new business? Okay, any announcements?
Wow.
Okay. That's gonna be good.
I second it.
So moved.
Yeah, you in the first, right?
Maybe that's second.
I did, I think I know you.